Jackson, Maine, a renowned country rock musician struggling with alcoholism and tonight, prepares for a high-profile concert by taking several pills backstage. He delivers a powerful performance of Black Ice to an enthusiastic crowd. After the show, his driver, Phil, takes him to a drag bar where Jackson seeks more alcohol. There, he witnesses Ally, a talented but insecure singer, perform a captivating rendition of La Vie en Rose. Moved by her voice, Jackson approaches her in the dressing room, where she is removing her makeup alongside drag performers. They bond over drinks, and Jackson compliments her talent. Ally shares her dreams of songwriting but expresses doubt due to rejections based on her appearance. Jackson dismisses those criticisms, affirming her beauty. Later, at a nearby cop bar, an insistent off-duty officer demands a photo with Jackson, leading to tension. Ally intervenes by punching the man, injuring her hand. Jackson tends to her with frozen peas from a supermarket. And in the parking lot, Ally improvises lyrics to a song called Shallow, which Jackson loves. He invites her to his next concert, but she hesitates due to work obligations. The next day, Ally argues with her overbearing boss at her catering job and faces skepticism from her father. Lorenzo, a limo driver who once aspired to be like Frank Sinatra, Phil arrives to escort her to Jackson's show. And after quitting her job impulsively, Ally brings her friend Ramon along. They fly to the venue, where Jackson performs Maybe It Is Time. He surprises Ally by bringing her on stage to duet Shallow, which electrifies the audience and goes viral online. In Jackson's hotel suite, he confesses his admiration while under the influence, then passes out. His older half-brother and manager, Bobby, helps him to bed and thanks Ally for inspiring Jackson, but warns her of his destructive habits. Ally joins Jackson on tour, and their relationship deepens into romance. During a visit to a farm Jackson bought as a gesture for Bobby, tensions erupt when Bobby reveals he sold it to fund the tour. Jackson, drunk, punches Bobby and blames him for their family's troubles, including their father's alcoholism and death in a flood. Bobby quits, reminding Jackson of his own role in their past. Ally performs Always Remember Us This Way with Jackson, strengthening their bond. Music producer Rez Gavron approaches Ally with a record deal, which she accepts with Jackson's encouragement. As Ally's career ascends, she moves in with Jackson and their dog, Charlie. However, creative differences arise. Ally refuses to perform with backup dancers at one show. Frustrating Rez, he later pushes her to change her image, including dyeing her hair, but she chooses red instead of blonde. Jackson, increasingly reliant on alcohol, misses one of Ally's performances while getting intoxicated at his friend George Noodle's Stone S house. Ally forgives him, and in a spontaneous moment, Jackson proposes with a makeshift ring from a guitar string. They elope that day in a simple ceremony attended by Noodles, his wife, and a minister. Ally's fame grows. She books a spot on Saturday Night Live hosted by Alec Baldwin and performs Why Did You Do That? Backstage, Jackson reconciles with Bobby. But later, in a heated argument, a drunken Jackson criticizes Ally's new pop direction, calling her ugly and her music superficial, hurting her deeply. At the Grammy Awards, Ally is nominated for 3 categories, including Best New Artist. Jackson, performing a tribute to Roy Orbison, stumbles on stage intoxicated, urinates himself, and collapses while Ally accepts her award. She brings him up, but the moment is humiliating. Lorenzo and his friends confront Jackson afterward, but Ally defends him. Jackson enters rehab, where he opens up in therapy about his demons, including childhood trauma and suicidal thoughts. He apologizes to Ally for his behavior. Upon release, Rez visits Jackson privately, blaming him for nearly derailing Ally's career and urging him to stay away from her tour. Ally plans to cancel the tour to support Jackson, but he lies about Rez's approval and promises to join her for the final show. While Ally performs, Jackson, alone at home, takes pills and alcohol. Overwhelmed by guilt and despair, he hangs himself in the garage as Charlie waits outside. Ally, devastated upon discovering his body, smashes items in grief. Bobby comforts her at the house, explaining that Jackson's death was an accident rooted in his illness, not her fault. At a memorial concert, Ally performs I Will Never Love Again, a song Jackson wrote for her, intercut with flashbacks of their love story. The performance honors his memory, closing with an imagined final gaze from Jackson.